Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy Friday. I wonder, are you all doing anything exciting this weekend? I don't have any plans yet, but hopefully I find something fun to do. All right, we're going to wait just a minute to see if we get some more friends to come onto our live and listen to our story for the day. But I'm so excited to be back on this Friday and be able to read to you all again. So we'll wait just a minute. And the focus of our story reading today in our activity is going to be emotions and feelings. Do you know what that means? What are emotions and feelings? What do you think? Let's think really hard. Hi, Miss Leslie. Emotions are ways that we feel because of something that has happened. So, for example, today is Friday and I'm feeling excited to relax this weekend. Yeah. What are some emotions that you are feeling? Maybe throughout this week, things have happened and you felt certain ways about them. Maybe you felt sad, or maybe you felt surprised or happy, or maybe you're really excited about something coming up. Maybe you have a trip that you're planning. Ooh, that would be very exciting. So emotions are ways that we feel about something that has happened or something that is going to happen, or maybe because something didn't happen. All right, so now we're going to start our book. And today I am going to read to you That Makes Me Angry. That word right there, angry. What does that mean? Have you ever heard that word before? I know that there are a couple other words that mean the same thing that you could use. How about mad? Yeah, angry means mad. It could also mean frustrated. There are a couple other words to describe that same feeling. So this is a book by Sesame Street. Have you ever seen Sesame Street with Bert and Ernie? Well, Bert and Ernie are going to be our main characters today. That means the story is all about them. So let's see who's mad and why are they mad? So that makes me angry. Oh, look. What's at the end of that sentence? What is that? That's called an exclamation mark. Do you know what that means whenever you put an exclamation mark in a sentence? It's not a period. It's not a question mark. It means that you're really excited or you feel what you're saying really intensely. Yeah, you say it really loudly. So whoever is mad in the story is probably saying it like this. That makes me angry. There's a lot of emotion behind it. All right, let's see. This story is written by Anthony Best and it's illustrated by Tom Cook. So Anthony Best is our author and Tom Cook drew all the pictures in the story. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, I think Miss Leslie said she loves the Cookie Monster, and there he is. here is our title again. That makes me angry. Oh no. What does it look like they're doing? Does it look like they're being really nice and playful? Or does it look like they might be arguing? I think it looks like they might be arguing. I wonder why. One morning, Ernie looked out the window and wondered what to do that day. Bert was settled into a chair with his new book, Famous Pigeons. Ernie watched some leaves and bits of paper dancing and swirling along Sesame Street. "Bert," he said suddenly, "guess what?" Then, instead of letting Bert guess, he told him, "It's windy, Bert. It's a good day to go to the park and fly a kite." Oh my goodness. How can you tell that it's windy here? Oh, look. I think that's a piece of paper and some leaves, and they're flying outside. That must mean that it is windy out. "That's nice, Ernie," said Bert. He was enjoying his book. But Ernie leaned over the top of Famous Pigeons and said, "I'll go buy a kite, Bert, and you fix a picnic lunch for us. Okay, Bert?" It wasn't okay with Bert, not at first. He wasn't fond of picnics on windy days. He was happy sitting and reading. But he began to think what fun it would be to watch a kite swoop and glide high in the air while he and Ernie held on tightly to the string and munched sandwiches and apples. "Well," he said at last, "okay, Ernie." Oh, how fun does that sound? Have you all ever flew a kite before? I have. It is a lot of fun, but it has to be just the right amount of windiness to work. "Swell, Bert," said Ernie. "Meet me at the big statue in the park with our lunch." "All right, Ernie. The big statue is—" Bert was going to say fine, but Ernie had already slammed the door and was on his way. How do you think he's feeling? He didn't even wait for him to finish his sentence before he sprang out the door. He must be feeling, do you think he's feeling sad? Or do you think he's feeling excited? Look at his face. I think he's feeling excited. He couldn't wait. He had no patience. He just sprang out the door to go buy a kite. Ernie chose an orange kite at the toy store and ran with it to the park. He ran with it? Why do you think he ran with it? That must be another indicator of how he is feeling. If he ran all the way to the park and he has that smile on his face, I think it's because he's excited. He's excited to go and fly the kite in the park. He sat down under the big statue of a boy and girl on a horse and began to put the kite together. "Bert will love this kite," he said to himself. "Orange is his favorite color." Ooh, there's another emotion we can talk about. So he went to the store and he made sure to buy the orange kite because it was his friend Bert's favorite color. What is an emotion that could describe that? Let's see. He thought about what his friend's favorite color was and got that kite specifically for him. Ooh, I think that emotion is called thoughtful. He planned to get this specific kite for his friend because he knew it would make him happy. So he was being very thoughtful and kind. Meanwhile, Bert made 2 peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Yum. Ernie's favorite. Oh, look, he was being thoughtful too. He made Ernie's favorite kind of sandwich. He put them in his lunchbox with 2 apples and 2 cartons of milk and set off to meet Ernie in the park. How do you think he's feeling? Remember, he wanted to sit there and read his book all day. But then Ernie talked him into going to the park to eat lunch and to fly kites. He looks kind of peaceful, don't you think? He doesn't look overly excited. He doesn't look sad. He just looks okay. He sat down under the big statue of Mother Goose. I hope Ernie gets here soon with a kite, he thought. Oh no, what's happening? Is that the same statue that Ernie sat at? Let's go back and look. All right, there's Ernie. Oh, I see a boy and a girl on a horse. And then Bert. Oh no. Bert is sitting under the Mother Goose statue. What do you think is going to happen? Can you get some ideas in your head of why they might be angry at each other? Let's think and let's find out. Oh no. What does his face look like now? Maybe he feels hopeful that his friend's going to get there soon. Or maybe he's starting to get a little worried. Let's see. But Ernie didn't get there soon. He was sitting beside the big statue of a boy and a girl on a horse, waiting for Bert. Where is my old buddy Bert? He wondered. He should have been here by now. Oh, it sounds like he's starting to get a little concerned. So maybe he's wondering if something went wrong. Or maybe he's thinking that Bert fell asleep in his chair and forgot about their picnic and kite flying date. I don't know. Let's see. Before long, Bert was wondering the same thing about Ernie. Where can that Ernie be? He thought. He really should have been here by now. Uh-oh. He's feeling the same way. I think he's starting to get a little concerned. He's wondering where his friend Ernie is. Ernie waited and waited. He was getting restless. I wish Bert would hurry, he said. We're wasting all the wind. Uh-oh. What does his face look like now? Does he look happy? No, he doesn't look happy. And his eyebrows are starting to go like this. And his face went from a smile to just kind of straight across. It almost looks like he's kind of starting to get frustrated. He said, we're wasting all the wind. Uh-oh. It seemed to Bert that he had been waiting for hours. This is ridiculous, he said. I could have been sitting at home all this time reading my new book. Uh-oh. What does it sound like he's feeling like? Look at his face. He's not smiling. And he said, this is ridiculous. I think he's starting to get frustrated too. What do you think is going to happen? Suddenly, Ernie remembered that he had left Bert happily reading Famous Pigeons. I'll bet I know what happened to Bert, he said. He is reading his silly book and has forgotten all about our picnic and flying a kite with me. Oh, that makes me angry. Oh no. Look, he said. He remembered that he left Bert happily reading Famous Pigeons. Oh, okay. So Ernie is realizing that Bert was happy sitting there reading his book. And he didn't really want to come to the park. So Ernie thinks that Bert forgot about their picnic. And look, he's just standing there, very frustrated with the new kite he put together. And remember, why did he pick the orange kite? Do you remember? He was being thoughtful because he remembered that that was his friend's favorite color. And Bert, what did he pack for their picnic? Do you remember? I'll give you a hint. He packed 2 apples and 2 sandwiches. What kind of sandwiches were they? Oh, I remember. They were Ernie's favorite kind. They were peanut butter and banana sandwiches, and he made them just for his friend because he knew that they were his favorite. So they were both being thoughtful, and now they're getting angry. By now, Bert had an idea about what had become of Ernie. "This is just like Ernie," he said. "He found something else to do and forgot all about buying a kite. He probably met Prairie Dawn and went off to play catch or jacks. That really makes me angry." Oh, look. And at the end of that sentence, what do you see? Remember, we already talked about that. It's not a period. It's not a question mark. It's an exclamation point. And that means he is saying it really loudly and really intensely. And he feels a lot of feelings. But he told us, that really makes me angry. So he's very angry. And look how close they are to each other. And they have no idea. Oh no. So Ernie and Bert gave up waiting for each other and trudged home. What do you think the word trudged means? Let's think. If they're both really angry, and this is describing the way that they went home and the way that they walked home, maybe trudged means, do you think it means that they were swinging their arms and humming and having a good old time? No, I think trudged mean they angrily stomped home. Stomp, 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 stomp. Bert got home first. He shoved the lunchbox into the refrigerator and plopped down in his chair with famous pigeons. Before he could turn one page, the door flew open, and there was Ernie. Oh no. Do you hear? They are showing their emotions by their actions. So they trudged home, stomp, 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 stomp. And before he could turn one page, the door flew open. Why do you think the door flew open? I think it's because he was showing his anger. Sometimes when you feel feelings so deeply, you can't help but express them a little bit. So Ernie threw open the door and he stomped all the way home. Uh-oh. And if you look at Bert's face, look, he's got his eyebrows furrowed and his mouth is straight across and even going down a little bit. He looks like this because he's very angry. "I'm very angry with you, Bert," yelled Ernie. "I'm very angry with you, Ernie," yelled Bert. Ernie and Bert stared at each other. "Why are you angry with me?" Bert asked, amazed. "Because you forgot all about having a picnic lunch and flying a kite with me. That's why," answered Ernie. Oh no. But you know what is really good that they're doing? They're talking about it, right? Because we have emotions all the time and we can feel all types of ways. But if we keep it bottled up inside, especially when it's not a good emotion, it might turn out to be even worse. So sometimes the best thing we can do is talk it out. "But that's why I'm angry with you," said Bert. Then Bert ran to the refrigerator and got the lunchbox to show Ernie. Ernie pulled the kite in the door to show Bert. Oh man, look at their faces now. What do they look like? Look, you can see his eyebrows went back up, his eyes are wide open, and his mouth is almost in a little smile now. And then you look at Ernie, and he even has a smile on his face. Look at the difference in the pictures. So they're angry, and then they talked it out, and now they're smiling again. So they have realized, oh, they didn't forget about me. We were just having a miscommunication. See, said Ernie, I didn't forget. I got this kite in your favorite color and waited at the big statue of the horse. And I made your favorite sandwiches and waited at the big statue of Mother Goose, said Bert. Oh, good. They're realizing there was just a miscommunication. Oops, said Ernie. We did forget something, Bert. Right, said Bernie. We forgot there were two big statues in the park. And they both began to laugh. Then Bert looked out the window. There's still time to fly a kite, Ernie, he said. Come on, Bert, said Ernie. Let's go. How do you think they're feeling now? Look at their faces. Oh, they're smiling and they're running and they have their kite. Oh, and he's bringing the sandwiches. It looks like they're going to be able to have their picnic and kite flying date anyway. So what do we think they're feeling right now? It says, they both began to laugh. Do you think maybe they're feeling a little relieved? Like, whew, I'm so relieved. He didn't forget about me. We forgot that there were two big statues in the park. Ooh, that's another emotion. Forgetful. Yeah, when you forget a lot of things, that can be an emotion. Forgetful. Back in the park, Ernie and Bert munched sandwiches and apples while they held the strings and watched the kite swoop and glide high in the sky. See, Bert, isn't this fun? Asked Ernie. Yes, Ernie, and we're not angry anymore. Oh, how sweet. See, they talked it out, and now they're happily eating their lunches and flying their kites just like they planned. So when we look at this picture, what are some ways that we can tell that they're happy again? What do you think? Remember when we said that sometimes when you feel emotions, they can come out as actions? And then maybe people can look at you and they might not even know what's going on, but they can tell that you're feeling a certain way. I think looking at this picture, you can tell that they're happy because they're smiling, they look peaceful and relaxed, and they're doing fun activities like eating and flying the kites. If they were angry, I don't think that they would be doing that. What do you think? The end. What did you all think of that book? Yeah, you can tell that they were happy because they were smiling. Yes. All right. So I have drawn some pictures of some smiley and sad and scared faces and all kinds of emotions for you all. So I'm going to show you them one at a time, and I want us to think together of possible situations that might make us feel this way. Okay? So let's start with this one. Shocked. Oh, look at that face. How can you tell that it's shocked? Oh, maybe because his mouth is wide open and his eyes are really big. So maybe he looks like this. What are some things that could make us feel shocked? And another word for this that means the same thing might be surprised. What do you think? I have an idea. I think if someone threw you a surprise birthday party and you walked into the room and you turned on the light and everyone jumped out and said, "Surprise!" you might feel shocked like this. Don't you think? Ooh, and then after you realize what's going on and you think, "Oh my goodness, they're having a surprise birthday party for me. All of this is for me." How might you feel? Hmm. So after the shock has gone all away and you realize what's going on, you might feel excited. You might think, "Oh my goodness, everyone is here for me. How exciting." And you can tell because they're smiling really, really, really big, that their smile is taking up their whole face. Okay, how might you feel if there's a big thunderstorm and it's so loud and it's booming outside of your window and there's lightning lighting up the sky? How might you feel then? You might feel scared. Oh my goodness. That is really scary because it's so loud. Yeah. How can you tell that this face is scared? Look at its mouth. Mm. Yeah. He's not smiling. He's scared. Okay. How would you feel if you really, really wanted to relax and you made yourself a nice warm bubble bath and you just laid there, or you listened to some music, or maybe you read your favorite book just like Bert did in the story? How do you think you would feel then? You wouldn't feel scared. You probably wouldn't feel excited. You would feel peaceful, just at ease and relaxed. And you're happy, but you're just calm. That's another word for peaceful, calm. All right. How might you feel if you make plans with someone and they back out on the plans at the last second because something else came up? Kind of like in the story. What happened with Bert and Ernie? Yeah, they were angry. They had their furrowed brows and their mouths went down. Yeah, that face does not look happy. They were very angry with each other. But then they realized that it was just a big miscommunication and it all worked out. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed our story. We will be back later on at 12:30 this afternoon for another story, and I will be there to chat along with you all as we read and do our activity. So you all have a great rest of your day if you can't make it, and if you can, we'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.